Hey guys, being that we can't meet up in person at this point in time, I thought it might be a good opportunity for us to train more at home, and I thought it might be a good idea if I make a little video. But even those who don't come to the meets or can't come to the meets under normal circumstances, at least this gives them a bit of a starting point, which is usually where we start when you come to the meets to start with anyway. So I thought I'd cover just a couple of the basic spins that I get asked most about at the meets. And obviously spins, they don't have any much direct application in combat, but the wrist motion, the building up the strength of the wrists, and the general flow of the blade, getting familiar with that, of course, does come in very handy when you're sword fighting. And of course, when we're doing the more theatrical sword fightings, we use a lot more spins and twirls and stuff to make it look more Star Warsy. Anyway, let's start. So the first one you really want to get down is just as like a single spin on one side, and it's really easy to do. You can just do it when you're just standing there, or you're not fighting or anything. You can do it forwards or backwards, and you want to be able to just do that without thinking. That's really where you want to be with that. It should just come natural, so that you can move on to the next ones. The next step after that, I would suggest, would be the figure 8 spin, which is where you go like this. That's upwards. So I'm doing like uppercuts, if you like, right? Two upward thingies. Now you can concentrate on just the small spins with just a choke hold like that, just using the weight of the blade, and you're not moving your arm all that much. But if you want a nice firm grip, which you do if you're going to use it in any sort of combat application, then you want a nice firm grip, and you want to use your elbow a lot more. Come up like that. Also, you can see even my shoulders are working a lot, in my upper torso. And I don't know if you can see any different on that side. Hitting the trees. After the figure 8, well, you can do up. That was the upwards figure 8, and then you can also do the downwards figure 8, which is another one you want to practice, and it's quite a bit different, but you want to get good at both if you want to move on to the Obiani spin, which is the one I get asked about the most, and takes a little bit more getting used to. The thing with the Obiani spin is basically the downwards. See, I'm going down like an underhand downward strike. You're basically just doing that, and then when you get to this point, you're doing like your normal single drop spin on this side, but when you bring it up, instead of bringing it up on that side, you're bringing it up underneath your arm, as if you're going to cut your own arm off, which of course would be useless. But from there, then you bend your torso and follow it around, twist, bring it around. That bit there is the bit that most people struggle with, but just practice it. Just sit there doing it, like and you can even use like a short bit of stick. I'm in the bush and there's no sticks laying around, but you can use a short bit of stick, just anything with a little bit of weight that you can throw around. So if you haven't got a lightsaber, it's no excuse. You can practice with just about anything. Once you've got that down, then you can do switches, or what I call switches anyway. I use my own terminology because I just make all this up as I go along. And that's basically your single spin, but then you're flipping it, so I've got it underhand. Underhand, as you know, most of you will know, underhand I'm very much against using it in combat. I think it's pretty much useless. But for spins, for Star Warsy stuff, it has application. Because from there, you can do another variant of the figure 8 spin, which is really natural and easy to do. In fact, that's just about all you can do with an underhand, which is why I don't like it. But that switch, and when you're switching, you're sort of using your fingers. I don't know how well you can see that. Sorry, it's not ideal. Probably can't see it that well. And it's hard to do in slow motion because you're using the momentum of the blade to make it happen. So that's almost as slow as you can do it. You've got to have some sort of kinetic energy there. But anyway, that's a few things you can practice, and you can rewind it and zoom in and whatever else. You might even be able to slow it down on there anyway, so that'll give you something to work on. If you have any other suggestions or ideas of things you want me to cover, I can certainly have a look at the possibilities. Just let me know. We'll see what we can come up with. Till then, keep practicing, and hopefully it won't be too long and we'll be able to meet up and fight again. May the force be with you.